The Lagos State chapter of the Society of Nigerian Artists dubbed this exhibition an open house. So the artists were not restricted to any theme. They just let their imagination run wild.
Open house is a theme of the Mother of All exhibition in the Lagos visual arts scene. It's a big deal for the artists who have everything to prove.
It is the 17th annual juried exhibition of the Lagos chapter, October Rain, with the theme Open House. We were able to exhibit the stratification of the society. We had the fellows, we had the master members, we had the full members, the associate members, all exhibiting for the first time in their various categories. So I think that's the beauty of today's exhibition.
Here you have seen the aura of different works, different innovations, different media, different genres, and particularly some new things that are coming on the art landscape of this country. So it's been very, very wonderful. The artists have actually worked so hard, and so their products are now placed on the art gallery, which is the market, so to say, and it's been wonderful.
So it didn't just rain, it poured colors and thundered chiseled wonders that left the audience breathless. But can one expect anything less? Considering the screening process rather rigorous, all the works of art in this hall go through a panel of eagle eyes before it's showtime.
This is an exhibition I'm very proud about because it's the exhibition of the Lagos State chapter of the Society of Nigerian Artists, and it first took place in 2008. And since then, they've sustained it up to 2015. So it's something I'm really proud that the Lagos chapter has been able to sustain all these years. Of course, you can see from the multiplicity of works available, the sheer breadth of talent abound in Lagos. You can see a lot of new emerging talents that are part of this exhibition. That just shows that there's so much richness in Nigerian art. There's so much from where this is coming from. And with the Society of Nigerian Artists, which is a platform for all practicing visual artists in Nigeria, the best is still yet to come.
We need to, as artists, to be in our studio most times, but what becomes of the product of the studio? So there is a process and there is a product. So the product is what we are showing today as artists generally. This show has to do, it takes us to the level of cooperation, amongst artists. As artists, we need to cooperate together to let our invention or our innovation be known to the public. And that's what has been brought up this show today. The Society of Nigerian Artists have executives and they have different committees that work together to put this show together. So every year, Nikkei Art Gallery hosts us to show the creativity of the high, the middle, the low, the budding, the emerging, and the made artists in Nigeria, particularly in Lagos State.
The old hands had their day, and the younger minds had their say, with 50 works of art that speak volumes about the ingenuity of the Nigerian artists.
The exhibition featured over 100 artists with master members, fellow members, and also guest artists in participation. It's one of the annual events of the society that we all look forward to. Historically, it started with the Independence Day exhibition, and we've had it going on since then.
The Nikkei Art Gallery lights up with art of all sorts, and one of the brains behind the show explains why it was tagged an open house.
The works are of higher quality this year, and I think that's because the theme for this year was made open house, which means that each artist is supposed to come with his best work, not just giving them a theme to walk around. So I think he brought out the best in everybody.
Well, the way forward is to keep partnering with the private sector. The way forward is to gain more government support. It's almost as if the government is looking to other ways, to fund our economy. But I believe that it's about time that the government begins to look more inroads to look more into our visual arts with the hope of harnessing the rich potential that the visual arts can contribute to Nigeria's society.
From the normal,
My work is titled Nike, and there is a relief kind of sculpture made out of metal. And I'm inspired by some burglary proof I see, being done with conventional designs, which I also do most of the time as well. But I felt that we should take it further than that, by incorporating some artistic concept into it, so that it doesn't just look like the conventional thing. It should be something that when we wake up in the morning, we try to look at it and get some kind of lifting spirit.
to the extraordinary.
My work this year in October Rain is titled Season 55. And it's all about the national cake and talking about corruption in Nigeria. If you can look at the work carefully, you'll see the way the national cake has been devoured by so-called government people that are in government affairs. And so the work is basically done with waste materials. You understand? And for me, corruption to me means waste. It's waste of natural resources, our fund, natural fund, and mismanagement of so many other things. So if you look at the piece carefully, you see the way the ants have devoured the cake, the so-called national cake. My idea is for calling it Season 55 is that Nigeria is 55 this year, and every year we keep having independence like we normally do, and it comes in different seasons with different titles, such as June 12th, the Independence Day, and so many events that happen in Nigeria. But this is just to bring it into a 3D format so that people will see how corruption has eaten deep into Nigerian society. Because many people have been talking about corruption. Many of them are in 2D, like in the surface, maybe the artist painting about corruption. But as a sculptor, I wanted to bring it out so that people will feel it. People can touch it, people can go around it and see how the national cake has been devoured through corruption and waste of national fund.
My work, The Wheel of Fortune, has to do with every individual on earth. There is a point for you. And so the wheel is a wheel. There are low times, there are high times, there are seasons, different seasons of man. And so that work is shown there. You see there are some bright times, there are some bright colors in the work. There are some low colors, there's even some dark colors. So it's philosophical that as a man, one is bound to experience this season all through life. There are times when the time is low, there are times when the time is high, there are times when it is medium. But every individual, according to that work, every individual has that specifics of time, and that is what I'm trying to drive out from that work.
At least these artists can beat their chests and say they came, they saw, and they conquered.
Francis Oladile hails from Oyo State, southwest Nigeria. He caught his feet as a photographer, then later became a photojournalist with the Daily Times before traveling to the United States in 1955, where he studied photography at the New York Institute of Photography. Francis Oladile's first film, Kungi's Harvest, was done in 1970, based on Wole Soyinka's dramatic epic of the same title. It was shot on location in Nigeria with a Nigerian cast and a mixed technical crew of foreigners and Nigerians. It was directed by Afro-American actor Ozzie Davids. Oladele followed this trend with the production of Things Fall Apart in 1971, also based on a blend of Chinua Achebe's novels. Things Fall Apart and No Longer at Ease, shot under the title Bullfrog in the Sun, due to the raging civil war at the time. Telling folk stories for Nigeria's rich culture and tapping from minds of writers has become a major trend in the movie industry till date. So even though his candle went off on June the 22nd, 2015, Francis Oladele's legacy lives on.
You can enjoy Art House on any of these platforms.
We'll keep taking our cruise through the highs of 2015, probably next week. We'll look at the performing arts scene, but I'm still expecting more comments on the new things you'd like to see on the show in 2016. So let the conversation continue online as always. Till then, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.